300 years ago, things fell apart. Earth's few surviving humans now live in self-contained colonies protected from the bloom algae that consumed the planet during the collapse. The most successful of these, Ares, was originally built to prepare for life on Mars. Their mission long since abandoned, Ares now salvages wreckage from the wasteland that was once their home. You are a leader of that effort, a professor and chosen interpreter of the Aurora AI, humanity's guiding lantern. However, centuries of bloom corrosion have taken their toll on resources are scarce. You've spent the last decade searching for the sunken city, a mythic trove of old Earth technology sealed away from the contamination of the surface. Aurora says you're on the right track, but time is running out. Professor, there's nothing here. We should get back to the base. Give me 5 more minutes, Commander. Aurora says it's here. We just have to search. There's a 16.667% chance of discovering the city. Only 16%? That's much higher than average. Are you aware there's a bloom storm approaching? What? No, not now. Aurora, can you please relay those crucial details to the interpreter? Moderate bloom storm is approaching, Professor. Category 1. Peak duration will be approximately 4 hours. If the rover gets spored, the bloom will eat right through it. I'd like to make it home someday, Professor. You know what this expedition means for Ares and Noah, both of our homes. Aurora says it's here. We just have to search. 5 more minutes, Professor. After that, you'd be sitting beside me on the rover ready to ride. Deal? Deal. Please tell me it's not going. Hi. Hey, hi, howdy. I am CamCam66, and welcome to Some Distant Memories. A game that I saw on my, on Steam, and I was like, oh, this looks good. It's supposed to be kind of like Outer Wilds, so I'm curious if this is gonna do really well. Okay. Examine. Ares rover equipped with a large core battery power, 65%, 10 hours of power remains. Suit comms are active. Interesting. 5 minutes, Professor. Scan what you can. Okay, scanning. Examine. Scan complete. Carbon, oxygen, iron oxide, nitrogen, silica, calcite. This is a sycamore tree or Planius octilius. Detecting moderate signs of petrification. Estimated date of death 325 years. Jesus. This tree died pre-collapse before the bloom. Is that surprising? Most trees I find were killed by bloom. Whenever Aurora scans a tree, I can't help but hope to find a little life. I'd give anything to see a tree before I die. Slim chance. The last tree died at Noah long before I was born. Ares never had one to begin with. Okay, this is an interesting game about exploration. Scan complete. Aluminum can detecting heavy bloom contamination. This is a great find. An old can, we can find contaminated rubbish anywhere, Professor. It's a sign where there's trash, there's people. There were people. Is that a cell phone? Hey, detecting advanced pre-collapse technology. You have to see this, Commander. It's some kind of artifact. Oh no. Oh no. Really? Some distant memory. Where? Get up. You fell on a mattress. Aurora, oh no, no, no. Don't be broken. Aurora, initialize, please. Hey. Aurora, initialize sequence, system active. System check 100%, mem check 100%, oxygen filter 88%, Aurora small core 86%, link to rover down. Oh, thank NASA you're attempting to reconnect. A bit broken. Little light conditions detected amplifying handheld lantern. Commander T, can you hear me? Aurora, run a connection diagnostic. Diagnostic running, testing signal emission. Connection unavailable. What's the problem? The antenna has been irreparably damaged. If I can find a replacement, can we restore communication? Estimated 81.6% chance of successfully restoring communication. Assume I don't die before I can install it. Recalculating 97.2% chance of successfully restoring communication. Please stick with that assumption, or unknown object detected: wood, pine, cotton, steel, polyurethane, and latex. 0% bloom contamination. I landed on this strange soft thing. Hold on, Aurora. Did you say 0% contamination? Correct. Detecting wood, cotton, steel, polyurethane. Deactivate the detailed composition. Thanks. Yes, Professor. I'd like to perform an area scan check for any trace of bloom. Tap. Ooh. No bloom contamination found among current surroundings. Very strange. This cave is clean, preserved, and at least I won't die from bloom exposure. This is the thing I found on the surface. An Infinite Edge mobile device manufactured in 2013. No older model. Could we salvage this? No, Professor. Bloom corrosion has rendered the object useless. What about the antenna? Is there one inside? Also corrupted by bloom. I guess that was a long shot. Skinny plate, paper trace amounts of graphite. I can't imagine a world with so many trees you could throw paper away. Can you read it? Symbols are too illegible for me to reconstruct. The moisture in this cave must have washed it clean over the centuries. Can I do this anytime? Ooh. Incredible. I've never seen anything like this. What is it, this Aurora? Man-made premiums, primarily steel rust caused by natural oxidization. What are you doing here, strange person? Who made you? Artist and art style unknown. Commander would love this. He's fond of pre-collapse art. Did you get a good scan of this, Aurora? We have to show it to him when we get back up. Yes, Professor. Glass. Aurora, is this a building? Yes, Professor. This appears to be an upper portion of a multi-story family residence. A house, underground, untouched by the bloom. Detecting a spike in heart and respiration rates. Are you alright, Professor? I'm fine, Aurora. I'm fine. I just thought we'd never. We've been searching for so long. Our search for the second city has lasted 3,643 days. Exactly. Isn't this that exciting? If I could feel emotion, Professor, I would likely be excited. Great. So what are you waiting for? Okay. Aurora, still with me? Yes, Professor. Systems are nominal. Still so dark, even with the lantern. We should scan for light sources. Room scan is available. What's that? A wardrobe? Light source detected, but no power. Any bloom contamination? None. Any life signs? None found. Let the record show that I've arrived, albeit less than gracefully, inside a pre-collapsed house. 300 years ago. People lived here. Let's reestablish communication with the commander. Did anything in the scan look promising? Electronics were detected within this room, Professor. Room scan may be activated again to pinpoint their location. Good. I'll start by finding them. Yeah, what's in the wardrobe? a tangled mess. Aurora, is this what you detected? Scan complete. Network device, Vulcan, wireless electronics, Wi-Fi antenna detected. Not a legendary trove of technology, but we have a new antenna. Yeah, we do. Woohoo! There, try that. Reestablish server link. Commander T, can you hear me? Professor? You're alive? Are you okay? Yes, and you can thank Vulcan Wireless Electronics. Thanks, Vulcan. Aurora, can you share our feed with the commander? Am I seeing this right? You've really found it? The Sunken City, a prehistoric world of untold treasures. 300 years ago is hardly prehistoric, Commander. But yes, I believe we've found it. Amazing work. So not to dampen the mood, but we do have a storm coming. I don't think I can get back up the way I came. I'd say you're lucky you survived the fall. I can't see the bottom of the hole you fell down. There's no way I could reach you. Scan shows zero contamination down here. There's no imminent danger. Of all the expeditions I've been on, I've never found a truly uncontaminated site. Consider it the first for both of us. Why don't you take the rover and return to Ares? Come back with a full team when Bloom stops. I don't know about that, Professor. Still, your expedition, Commander, abandoning you goes way against protocol. Not to mention my conscience. I wrote the protocol for this mission, Commander. Don't worry. It is highly inadvisable, Professor. Section 12C, Team Member Separation Emergency. Section 12A, Bloomstorm Contamination Emergency. Section 20, Sunken City or Ancient Ruin Discovery Event. Aha, Aurora's not ready to break protocol either. What if something happens down there? Soup failure, collapsed floor, dehydration, mummies. If I'm not monitoring, the rescue team won't even know where to start looking. Alright, fine, point taken. I'll scan what I can while looking for an exit. Great, I'll move the rover. I see some rocks covered to the east. Keep the line open. Yikes. And, ooh, we got some glass. Mirror. Detecting dried oil, unknown powder, canvas, wood. That's a painting, Professor. We have a few in the NOAA library vault. I've heard of paintings, Commander. Ares isn't that uncultured. They're fragile and hard to preserve even without bloom. Scanning 23, 43, 68%. Scan complete. Recreate the image, Aurora. Let's see what it looked like before it decayed. She could do that. Oh. What am I doing? Oh. Yeah, robot. Interesting. Cool. Well done, Aurora. It's even clearer than I hoped. Professor, how is this possible? Magic and learning algorithms. But you haven't seen anything yet. What do you mean? There's one more thing I need to test, but I have to scan more of the room first. What the heck? What is this? Simulate. Not updated to simulate a memory. Please examine more rooms. Oh, okay. Artifacts. Nice. Cool. Do you think the people lived here? A safe assumption, yes. Aurora scanned their faces as storing everything, and so much more. Aurora's building an identity for each person. Assessing how they may have talked, what they did, who they are. She'll get more accurate the more we show her. A site like this opened up a world of possibilities. There's so much we don't understand about life back then. Time to change that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Interesting. E. E. Oh. E. Oh. Okay. Last will and testament of Ada Barron. I, Ada Barron, a resident of Houston, Texas, and citizen of the United States, preceded in death by my husband, Ernest Barron, do hereby declare this is this to be my final will and testament. I direct all my debts and last expenses to be paid as soon as convenient after my death. I authorize my representative to settle claims against my estate. I bequeath my property, both real and personal, as follows: Riken Barron, currently of Lakeshore Drive, as my grandson, with the following property. Interesting. Are you seeing these scans of the last will and testament? I am, but I don't really understand. Her belongings didn't return to her community when she died. We don't need to understand the specifics, or we'll make the necessary connections. She's building a relationship model to categorize each artifact. She'll recognize associations even if we don't. I got some of that. Our brains are similar but less accurate. Think of a shower, for instance. Your brain instantly pulls up related information, right? Like the feeling of tiles on your bare feet, the moisture in the air, the bitter smell of disinfectant powder, the sound of spraying water, the sting of sand blasting against your skin. The what? So you're saying Aurora keeps sort of a living encyclopedia. Yes, close enough. Okay, we should have one more thing. Looks like another phone or something. PDA, Infitab Pro, manufactured in 2015. Too bad we don't have a way to power it up. Once we get this back to Ares, we can add this to the array. You guys are so lucky, all your working computers and devices. Everything at NOAA is so hand-powered. Most salvage tech goes to keeping Aurora up and running. But getting your colonies online is part of our mission. Aurora, leave a note. This one's for the people of NOAA. Thank you. A device like that will do wonders. Now I can watch videos in bed before I go to sleep. I see. Kidding. Just kidding. Anything else? Oh, there's new paper. It's outside. And the bathroom. Ugh. Earthbound Magazine, June. A Wave of Trash by Frank Collins. Last month we covered an algae bloom spreading across the Gulf, but this month we wanted to paint a larger picture of the destruction of Earth's most important resource, its ocean. Across the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Ocean, large trash islands have been accumulating these bodies of debris, sometimes as large as the island of Hawaii, posing issues not only to the millions of species that swim in our oceans, but to humans as well. Damn. This pre-collapse magazine? Professor. Oh, you know them? Well, this earthbound variety appears to be concerned with the planet. Not only that, but it mentioned bloom. There's a lot we could learn from these. Oh. Okay. Okay. What else do we have? Nothing around here? Let's go back up to here and scan. Do I have enough for a thingy? Oh, okay. I've been waiting so long. Aurora create memory localized to this room. Use all scan artifacts. Archaeograph activated identifying entities associating artifacts. What's going on? Watch this. Ada, don't you think it's a bit drab in here? Drab, Ernest? Yes, dear. Drab. We haven't had a fresh coat of paint in here since. Processing memory archaeograph system at maximum capacity. Excellent, Aurora, keep trying. Are those ghosts? I like to think of them as memories. We're seeing a past event from this very room. It's a module I built for Aurora, utilizing her ability to predict, project, simulate, and analyze. This conversation really happened? Are you volunteering to redecorate the room, dear? Of course not, Ada. You're the artist, not me. Well, as the resident artist, I believe I have just the idea. Wait now, hang on. I meant we should hire someone. Oh, yes, I can see it now. It will be vivid and full of light. No, dear, we'll hire a decorator. A decorator. I'll bring in my new piece from the studio. This old statue will go, I suppose. Then will I learn to keep my big mouth? Hang on. We're losing the statue. Finally, can get a good night rest without the gargoyle looming over me. It's the Bishop of Dreams, Ernest, not a gargoyle. Little Riken will be upset. He loves that one. Hey now, that's it. Let's put it outside. Fresh air will be good for his breathing, and the lad can play where we can keep an eye on him. Well, that's just a lovely idea. Well, it's a lovely piece. Grandma, Grandpa, the dragons are coming. Hey, little Ricky. We were just talking about you. Were your ears burning? My ears? Hey, let's get you some lunch, Dragon Slayer. Memory complete. Professor, that was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. This is the promise of the Sunken City, Commander. A chance to rediscover the past where we came from. All it takes, well, massive amounts of data, actually. Massive amounts. Well, what are you waiting for? There must be a ton of historical data in these ruins. Let's find out what happened to these people. Examining artifacts in other areas will yield additional projections. Good, then let's keep exploring. What about the storm? So there's the door. Okay. It's hard to know how large this place may be. I will assist your navigation, Professor. Please access your map. M? You. Fancy. Inaccessible. Additional rooms will be marked as you visit them. I'll be monitoring progress from the rover as well. From here, I can flag obstacles and potential doorways. Unviewed memory nodes will be highlighted as well. Very useful. Thank you both. Watch your step down there. Ooh, it's got a code. I wonder how much of the house will be accessible. I could try to force it open. Pressure and integrity of the structure. Whoa. Unstable. Sorry, sometimes curiosity gets the best of me. I'd hate to see the collapsed ceiling get the better of you. I'll be more careful. Jesus. Ooh, whose bedroom is this? I'd love to see what Aurora does with this. Aurora can work with the smallest of clues. Even a child's drawing is part of a bigger story. Oh. Okay. Galati, A Quiet Place Poems by Emmy. You said my navel is a cup, that you could drink and drink until you are drunk. You said my shoulders, where they dip, could hold a basin to rinse your face. You said my breasts curve to the tip, that you would climb to reach the summit. Said my hips end. No, let's not go there. I wish I saw myself like you saw me. A silhouette of constant angles, juxtaposing empty plains, irregular hills and valleys with landmarks interrupting, soft hands traveling along in a gentle exploration. I miss being looked at by a sculptor, admiring his greatest work. Interesting. Whose room was this? Maybe weird. Texas Unlimited. This week, we're proud to profile one of Houston's most recognizable artists, Ada Brand. Her largest and final public sculpture, The Drought. It has been the centerpiece of Discovery Green Park since it opened in 2008. The drought depicts a man clutching an empty water spout, his body faded and breaking down into rusted machinery. A striking image. Ada's 40-year career is defined by depictions of people often merged or fused with complex machinery. Ada gained early fame for her avant-garde reimagining of famous works, all built with salvaged steel from derelict Exxon oil fields outside of Houston. Recently retired, she agreed to sit down with us to answer some questions and reflect on inspiration throughout her career. Wow. Okay. Another strange statue. This looks so familiar, but I know I've never seen it before. We preserved some art books in Noah, but only a few original works. Maybe you could take this one home. Hammer, chisel, file, and brushes. Primitive tools for art? In the hands of an artist, even primitive tools can create beauty. Hard to imagine these tools being used to make elaborate statues. Well, that's because you lack imagination. Did I get everything? What's this? Oh. Alright, here we go. Simulate. So, Rick, what's it supposed to be? Surprise. It's coming along nicely, Rick. Looks like a tree or claws. Wait until he's finished, dear. Almost done. There. Don't forget to sign it. An artist leaves their mark. I still don't know what it's supposed to be. A bunch of horses? It's supposed to be... It's the way birds sound when they take off flying. Huh. What are you going to call it? Untitled number 34. I think it's lovely. Just lovely. Do you like it, Grandpa? Of course. It's one of a kind. Put it on the wall right next to the new statue. Great. We've got 2 artists in our house now. Oh, you love it, dear. He was a sweet kid. These memories, the artwork, we're really learning how life used to be. So much is captured in art. The pieces we have in Noah Vault have been studied for generations. Glad we didn't give up the search. You know, I couldn't wait to join this expedition, but I admit, after so long, I thought maybe it was a wild moose chase. Wild moose chase? Pre-collapse saying we like to use the moose was a mythical creature. People wasted their whole lives trying to find them, to touch their lucky horns. Commander Mooses weren't, what is it? You know what? Let's talk about it some other time. Oh, right. This is getting very interesting how they're simulating this pre-collapse. It's kind of like... I like this. It's just exploration and story-driven. I can't wait to play it some more. So, yeah. So that's some distant memories. That's the start of it. I'm curious what we're going to find and what stories are going to evolve from this. I wonder if it's going to be more than just this house and this family before whatever the bloom is. It sounds like a weird corrosive thing and stuff. So, very interesting, very dystopian, you know. Sometimes those are the best stories because you get to learn so much from the surroundings in the story itself. So I appreciate everyone who watched this. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video.